everyone, it's Deanna,
Aaron,
and Celeste, and you're catching up on this week's episode of Two Brunettes A Gay
on the podcast. Deanna, you're back from Bali. You've had an extended break, which is obviously very, very lucky. I wish I had an extended break, but no. Only got 1 week off from you girls. Deanna.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
But you have brought the Bali joy back. I hope you didn't bring the Bali belly back. But I hear you did have a bit of an incident.
You know, I didn't get Bali belly this time, touch wood,
In
thank
Bali.
goodness. The last time I did, it's friggin' horrible.
It kind of correlates with the toilet.
Was it Bali belly the last time? We still can't quite figure it out.
It was definitely Bali belly.
Oh, okay.
I was
Well, there you go.
projectile vomiting.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it's just in
Hope
case.
no one's having breakfast.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah, just shoot out. Don't, yeah.
Yes, well...
So, yeah, but this story relates to a toilet, which got me to thinking about Bali belly,
Yes.
doesn't it?
So, it's quite a funny one. What actually happened was while we were away, I don't know if you're aware of this, Aaron.
Yep.
But when you are in Bali, I feel like this is a new rule because I've been to Bali 4 times and I don't ever remember this being enforced before. Maybe it just wasn't in the hotels that we had stayed at previously. But one of the rules is that you cannot flush the toilet paper down the toilet.
Right, okay.
Now, I am familiar with this from parts of Europe because that is common in parts of Europe, but I don't recall this from Bali. So when we went there a couple of weeks ago, I actually didn't realise that was something that we had to do. So after like 12 hours of being there, Jake had brought it up, my husband, and he was like, no, you guys, you can't flush the toilet paper down the toilet. And we were like, really? Are you sure?
I actually never knew that either.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe, like I said, it was just the hotels we had stayed at previously had never enforced it. So the way that they fix this problem or solve this issue of being unable to flush the toilet paper is really quite simple. There's a bin next to every toilet and they ask that you put the toilet paper in the bin provided as opposed to flushing it. Now, I 100%, I see your face, Aaron, and I know exactly
It's scrunch like toilet paper.
Right, it's just a bin full of toilet paper that has been used. Right, so of course there comes then the question is like, okay, in some cases when you use the bathroom, that's not too much of a problem. But in other cases when you need, you know, when other stuff is going on, right, you don't want to put the toilet paper into the bin.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of off the bat.
Yeah, really,
So-
it really depends on what happens in there.
So they provide a bidet. Now, it's not like your traditional European style bidet.
No.
Okay? That's an actual separate kind of bowl.
Yeah.
It's like a hose next to the toilet.
Oh, it's just
like a hose
hose
attached to the toilet.
Right.
It's like a little...
Oh, so you have
Squirting.
to... so you're telling me, do you have to manually use the hose?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you manually... First you have to touch the hose, which I think is gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, because other people have touched the hose.
Oh.
And then second thing, you have to try and aim it in the correct place. Otherwise you can get water all over the floor, all over the toilet seat, all over your clothes.
I wouldn't know.
You know, and I don't know if you
tried
squirt it downwards like the stream or if you're supposed to squirt it upwards.
It's a whole situation. Either way, that is their solution. Now, I'm not into this solution, right? My husband Jake was like, it's great, you should try it. Like, a bidet is fantastic. He wants probably one for home, I don't know. Either way, he was like, you should use it. I was like, no, absolutely not. I'm sorry. When it comes to that, I am flushing my toilet paper. I will use a very minimal amount, but I am flushing my toilet paper because I'm not putting it in the bin.
Just the one ply.
Right? I am not putting it in the bin and I am not squirting my butt with a hose. But then comes Deanna. And after about halfway through the trip, we were having a discussion about our use of these facilities. And Deanna was like, what have you been doing? And I was like, I've just been flushing the toilet paper. And Deanna was like, I've been putting it in the bin. So Deanna has been wiping her ass and then putting it in her bin for the entire duration of our trip to Bali.
Oh, yuck. So you know what? I'm just glad I can't smell your Instagram stories, Deanna, because those pictures look magical, and now I'm just getting, like, remnants of that fecal smell. In a
Okay, honestly, I don't know
hotel.
about you guys, but I'm not a baby, so I don't have, like, shit all over my, you know what. Like, firstly,
I love how,
you know, it's like...
she had to bleep out the word but. I have shit all over my you-know-what.
Okay. So if I did, for whatever reason, have a little bit of a messy situation, maybe I would like flush the toilet paper or something like that. But generally speaking, just wipe and fold the paper and put it in the bin. Or if it was bad, you could just wrap it in some more toilet paper and put it in the bin. Now, the reason I was opposed to using the bidet, firstly, is that I'm actually not opposed to using a bidet. I want to put it out there.
Yeah.
It's that when you use those, because I used it like the first 2 times in Bali, and the water coming out of it smells disgusting.
Oh, yuck. Okay.
The water in Bali is not safe, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to pick anything up through my bum hole from this water. I don't know, for me, it freaked me out, which I later found out, yes, you can get parasites from it.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. So I was in my right mind to
Yuck.
make that judgment call. But if we were in Europe or something where the water is like usable, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have had a problem with it. But yes, I was wiping my butt with the toilet paper and putting it in the bin for 1s and 2s.
So the question here is, Aaron, we all took opposing views.
Yeah.
Deanna was bin.
Yeah.
I was flush.
Flush.
Jake was bidet.
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
I'm standing with Jake.
Oh, he's gone the bidet.
I'm standing with
Doesn't
Jake.
surprise
Look,
me.
we're men. We're not as neat and tidy
It's got nothing to do with
with our
being a man.
operational side.
You like a bit of freshness on your backside.
Well, what gay man doesn't?
He likes a little bit of pressure.
He doesn't mind some squares.
Oh my God, you had to take it there,
I had
Deanna.
to, yeah.
That was you. That's on you. No, but I have to say though, but the Japanese are way more advanced in this area because when I went to Japan, they have like bidet toilets as well.
Yes.
But those toilets, they play music. They're electric. You don't have a separate hose. You just press a button and the hose comes out in
Yeah.
the toilet. It's much more sanitary and it's much more enjoyable. Whereas this does not sound enjoyable. But I would prefer to wash my buttocks.
Who do you brunch with?
Your besties.
And what do you do with your besties?
Bitch.
It's time for the Brunch Bitch.
Okay, so for the third week in a row, I've got the brunch bitch again.
You do.
So I've got the hat trick
It says
here, ladies.
something
the
about
bitch.
you, Joe,
I've got the
doesn't
hat
it,
trick.
Aaron?
Jeez, that's a sports reference. What the hell is going on there?
A sports reference.
Yeah, a hat
Oh, the
trick.
hat trick.
Yeah, that's 3,
What is
isn't
it?
it? 3 for 3?
It is.
Oh, good. I'm glad I know my sports. I know my drinking, at least I know that. No, now, this brunch bitch, Celeste, to come back to your point earlier on in the show, this brunch bitch is not about drinking. No,
Which
no,
I
no.
feel like every brunch bitch that you've done in the last 3 months has had something to do with the lack of alcohol consumption by someone.
Yeah, well, this one's a bit different. This one actually relates to eating.
Okay.
So, like, we're changing it up, right, for the hat trick.
food and beverage.
Food and beverage, that's what I'm about. Food and beverage, that's me. Now, the bitch I want to have today is about... So I was out at dinner with a few friends the other week, right? And I just really... This is what really gets up my goat. You know when people are trying different plates and different items off the menu... And what they'll do, I'll usually say, no, that's not something I'm really
You're a bit
wanting
fussy
to
with
try.
what you
I'm very
eat too.
fussy. I'll
Yeah.
go, no, look, that's probably not what I really want to try. I'll leave that. I'll try something else.
Yeah.
I hate when people come up to you and go, no, you've got to try this. You have to try it. You will love
Yeah.
it. You have to try this. You have to try this.
And they won't let it go.
And they will not. They're like a dog with a bone that won't shut the hell up.
Force feeders.
And they know that I'm force feeders. They know that I'm very fussy with what I eat. They know what I like. They know what I don't like. Now, putting that in front of my face and telling me, just try it, you will like it. I know you will like it. You don't know I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
I could spit it out and I'd spit it in your face. Like, so do you guys have the same issue? Because I know that with being vegan and I guess like gluten-free as well, I'm sure people all the time must go up to you and be like, no, just try this. You will like it. Just try it.
Well,
just once. Just try it.
I think being vegan is maybe like the reason that we don't get it because
Yeah.
no one can offer us their food.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is if I have a label to my name, maybe then people will stop coming up to me and trying to force feed me.
You know what you say? Oh, has it got dairy? Oh, no, I can't have any.
See, mine extends as well though. Mine's not just
And then
it's
you're eating
dairy,
pizza with cheese.
it's seafood, it's pork.
Yes, but yours is also like situational.
It
It
is
is all of
situational,
those things,
yeah.
but also you make exceptions, so that's what it makes it hard.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
but
does.
question.
Okay.
When you finally try the things you're being force-fed,
Yeah.
are you pleasantly surprised most of the time, or are you genuinely like, no, I didn't,
Wait, do
I
you
knew I
actually
wouldn't
try
like
them?
it?
Do you take it?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It depends on who's force feeding me.
Okay.
So if it's Mark, I trust Mark's judgment to say, I know you and you will like this. Because
Okay.
he knows how fussy I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Whereas if it's someone that I kind of know but I don't really know that intimately necessarily, I don't try it.
You won't try
I
it.
won't try it. It just
Okay.
depends on who's trying to force feed me.
Okay, if Deanna and I were trying to force feed you, would you trust us? Or would you be like, no, I don't trust these girls?
Do you know what? I would trust you, I think.
Really?
Because you know how fussy I am, but you know that I love, I like a lot of sauce, I like a lot of flavour, I like a lot of,
Yeah.
So I'm sure you would find things within my bounds that you would go, I think you would really like this.
But so then it still begs my question though, which is, are you one of those people that says no and then most of the time you're pleasantly surprised and you're like, maybe I shouldn't say no so often, or are you usually right?
I'm usually right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's
'Cause
why I
that's what I find when I'm someone who's like, try this. Usually the
Yeah.
only person I do that to, by the way, is like a partner.
Yeah,
Right? Where
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no, try it. Trust me, it's good.
Yeah.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
have been with people before who say no to everything.
Yeah.
My ex-husband was that person. No to everything, and then everything, like 90% of things, he
Yeah.
would end up liking. And it was like, and it wasn't just food; it was just experiences in life in general as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I am like one of those people who does the force feed.
You're a force feeder.
Maybe you are a force feeder. But you know what? I actually think it's probably good that you're fussy when it comes to food, because we know in your past you weren't fussy when it came to men. Hey everyone, it's Deanna, Celeste and Aaron here, or as you know us, your Two Brunettes and A Gay.
Join the weekend happy hour at a new day and time every Saturday at 11 a.m.
So pour your mimosa for the most fabulous bottomless brunch in town.
Only on Saturdays at 87.6 FM, Radio Italia Uno.